This is your Unit 5 study guide. Now, what you might notice is that I have a little bit of a cold going on when I'm making this video. So we're going to see how this goes. My voice could get kind of interesting by the end, but we're going to bear with it. Okay? Directions. Please answer the following questions and show all necessary work. Now, on number 1, it says, given the graph, find the unit rate. It's been a while since we have done this, but as you recall, when we talk about unit rate, we are talking about the change in y over the change in x. And more specifically, we want to look at the x-axis. This is your x-axis, and we want to look at the x-axis where your x value is 1. So, right here, your x value is 1. If you look up on the line, your y value is 10. So what this means, there are 10 inches for every 1 hour. So you might want to say a little label action there. Inches and hour. Key here is unit. Unit is 1. Number 2, if Mark can earn $150 shoveling 5 driveways, how much did he earn shoveling 1 driveway? Again, we're looking for the unit rate. So we're taking $150 over 5 driveways, and we want to figure out how much he's getting for 1 driveway. So our unit rate is 1 driveway. So you need to think, what am I going to do to 5 to get to 1? You're going to divide by 5. What I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So in your calculator, grab it. I'm grabbing mine. I have a stuffy nose. Can't really do calculations today. Taking 150 divided by 5, and my answer is 30, more specifically, dollars. He gets $30 for shoveling 1 driveway. He's pricey, so he better be good. Next, questions. Given the graph, find the slope. All I want is the rise over the run. I want the up and down over the side to side. Number 3, first thing, let's look at, is my slope positive or is my slope negative? Well, my slope is positive because from left to right, it's pointing upwards. Remember, if I was drawing in like mountain, I would be going up the mountain as opposed to down the mountain. All right, getting rid of that. So our slope is positive. We're starting right here. We're going up, count them, and then we're going over. So we went up, what? And over, cool. Up 2, over 7. You don't need to simplify it because it's already simplified for you. Number 4, what type of slope are we looking at? It is negative. We are going downwards and then over. So we're going down 5 over 1. Or if you happen to just write it -5, I'm groovy with that too. Well, looky here, number 5. That's a little bit complicated, but we have talked about vertical lines. What type of slope do vertical lines have? It is undefined because you're going up and down, but your denominator would be 0. Okay, then we're moving right along to number 6, 7, 8. Given the points, find the slope. Ooh, that was fancy. Show your work. Now recall, we're going to use that formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That will not be given to you on your test. You're just going to have to know it, folks. And not only should we know it, you should be writing this on your paper. Don't just sit there and, pick your nose. You should be writing this on your paper. This is x, y, but they are your ones because they're your first set of points. This is x, y, but they are your twos. And you're going to throw it into your formula. y2 minus y1. y2 happens to be negative 15. y1 happens to be 0. And then in the denominator, it would be x2. This is x2 minus x1, which is 3. Throw that into your calculator if you feel more comfortable. Negative 15 minus 0 is negative 15. Don't get hung up on the fact that I put the negative in the numerator. It could go out in front. 11 minus 3 is 8. So your slope would be going down 15 to the right 8. I think you're glad I'm not having you graph that. Number 7, again, you have your two sets of points there. X, Y, X, Y, and this is your second set. Label them. It helps. In your numerator, what are you going to put? Write this down, y2 minus y1, so 3 minus 3. Well, that could be interesting. In your denominator, you have 20 minus 19. 3 minus 3 is 0. 20 minus 19 is 1. This should be like ringing all sorts of bells in your head. This means that your slope is 0. If your slope is 0, what kind of line do you have? It is horizontal. Number 8. Okay, one more time. X, Y, X, Y. And, don't go too fast on this. Be aware, be cautious. The second point could be easy to accidentally flip around. So don't speed too much during this test or this study guide. And I guess don't speed when you do your test either. Okay, y2 minus y1. So 15 minus negative 10. You can put that in your calculator and you can figure it out. And then you would have in your denominator x2, which is negative 15, minus 6. Okay, so let's see. 15 minus negative 10 is 25. Negative 15 minus 6 is negative 21. Y'all are doing a nice job. Hang in there. Next set of directions. Here we go. Identify the slope and y-intercept from the following equations. Remember, what you have going on is y equals mx plus b. You should be writing this down. M is your slope. B is where your line crosses the y-axis, otherwise known as your y-intercept. Okay, let's take a little gander at number 9. Y equals negative 5x plus 3. What is your slope? Your slope is negative 5. That means your y-intercept is 3. Number 10. Well, okay, number 10 can be a little confusing. Y equals negative 6. We're either missing your slope or we're missing your y-intercept. Y equals negative 6. I don't see an x with it, so that means that we don't have a number for slope. So your slope is 0, and your line crosses the y-intercept at negative 6. Oh. Well, then look at number 11. I kind of figured that number 11, the opposite is happening. On number 11, you have 8x. You have a number with x, so that means that your slope is 8. Do not put x with it because x is not representative of slope. You will get it wrong. Your y-intercept is 0. Number 12. Y equals 9 halves x plus 4. What is your slope? 9 halves. What is your y-intercept? 4. Cool. Turn the page. Lucky number 13. Given the graph, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. The 2 points have been placed for you. So let's break it down and let's figure out first off what our y-intercept is. Remember, this is the y-axis. Where does the line cross the y-axis? Well, right here. If this is 0, 0, that means that your y-intercept is negative 2. From there, we're going to find your slope. Is my line going up the mountain positively, or is my line going down negatively? It's positive. Then count. Your slope, is up 4 over 1. Please, please, please don't miss this direction. Now we need to write the equation. Y equals 4x minus 2. All we did was do y equals mx plus b. Number 14. Again, let's check it out. Here is your y-axis. Where does your line cross the y-axis? It looks to be right here. That is negative 3. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Is our slope positive or is our slope negative? It is negative. And let's count. Okay. You went down 3 over 1. Let's write the equation out completely. Y equals mx plus b. And here is this interesting looking graph again. Let's start with your y-intercept. Here is your line. This spot right here is where it crosses the y-axis. This time your y-intercept is positive. But if I am just going straight across, that is a horizontal line. Horizontal lines have what type of slope? Their slope is 0. So your equation is not going to have a slope. You're just going to write y equals 3. Because there is a line that is going across your y-intercept at 3. Here comes the fun part. You all like to draw. Given the equation of the line, graph the following equations. Number 16. Y equals x minus 4. Remember, we are doing y equals mx plus b. Over to the side, you can write down m and b if that is helpful for you. Your line is going to cross the y-intercept at -4 because this is your b and this is your b. So put a point at -4. What is your slope? Well, I don't have anything in front of the x, except there's always something invisible in front of a variable if nothing is there. It's 1. So our slope is positive. We're going to go up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. And you can connect your points, go all the way across. Don't be wimpy and just do 2. Go all the way across. Number 17. Again, over to the side, if it gives you guidance, write down your M and your B. What's your B? It's 3. What's your M? It's not just 1/4, it's -1/4. So let's get to graphing. Let's see. B is 3. So you put a point at your y-axis where B is 3. And if this is -1/4, you're going to go down 1 to the right 4. So I guess I need to draw it. All the way across. Whoa, hey now. Let's pretend that went through that point, shall we? And number 18. Y equals 4x. So M, B, what? I don't have a B. So if I don't have a B, that means my y-intercept is chickens. Wait, no, that's not right. 0. Okay, there you go. Sorry, just making sure you're paying attention. I know we've been at this for a while. And that means your slope is 4 over 1. Okay, so if our y-intercept is 0, put a point there. You're going to go positively. So you're going to go up. Up 4 over 1. Go all the way across. Put your little arrows. And there you go. Nice job. You can do this. Last fork. Whoa, that's not going to help you out. Well, sorry. Upside down is certainly not going to help you out. So let's try this properly. Okay. State whether the following graphs and tables are linear or nonlinear. Let's remember that, well, that doesn't really help, but okay. I highlighted in black. That means line. Yeah, I can only highlight. That's weird. All right, so linear line. We're looking for things that make a straight line here, people. On number 19, does that make a straight line? Yes. So number 19 happens to be linear. Then take a little gander over at number 20. Number 20 does not make a straight line. I could tell you what kind of function that is, but you don't need that until Algebra 1. Number 20 is non-linear. But then we get to number 21 and 22. With a table, if you wanted to, you could graph it on a line, but don't take that time. Make it easy on yourself. We are looking for constant change. So on number 21, we are trying to figure out if the same thing is happening constantly. As I go from here to here to here to here to here. So -2 plus 1 is going to give you -1. -1 plus 1 is going to give you 0. 0 plus 1 is going to give you 1, and 1 plus 1 is going to give you 2. So far, so good. Now we're going to look at our y values. And I got to tell you, from first glance, this does not look promising. To get from 7 to 2, you have to subtract 5. Well, to get from 2 to -1, you don't have to subtract 5. I believe you have to subtract 3. So this is not really working in our favor. I can already tell you that this number 21 is non-linear. Okay, and I think on the next one we have kind of the same thing going on with our x values. Add 1, add 1, add 1, add 1. Take a little gander at your y column. What am I doing to get from here to here? You would add 3. What am I doing here? Add 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. It looks like we have constant change. Since we have constant change, it is fancy L, linear. Okay, I am hoping that you really do take time and go over the study guide tonight so that you can rock out the test tomorrow. Have a good night. Get a good night's sleep. And I'll see you tomorrow.